I would I would observe. So first off, I'm an intelligence historian, but I live on the borderlands of military history. And I
Mhm.
would say that certainly military historians are not an optimistic lot by nature. But also, I would argue, and perhaps connecting more with some of the things you want to talk about, Carmen, I think intelligence analysts, which is my background, and now I study, among other things, intelligence analysts in the past. Intelligence analysts by nature are pretty darn pessimistic too.
Yes, they are.
Right? They could always give them a set of
Yeah.
data, and they can always up with 37 things that could go very badly wrong.
If a policymaker wants to know why he or she can't make any progress in the world, an intelligence analyst is ready to offer him any number of reasons, right?
Can we
That's
talk
exactly
about, are
right.
you all interested in talking about that? Like how the intelligence community needs to be retrained to focus at least a little bit on opportunities or positive sort of
And can I, yeah, I think that's a great question. And can I
Yeah.
just throw another one out? Uh, Relating to your book, you were writing about intelligence more than 100 years ago, but what are the themes or observations
Yeah.
that you could make up that you made about intelligence more than 100 years ago that you believe still resonate today?
Yeah.
Is that
Um,
fair?
my only concern is those questions go in a rather different directions. So,
Oh,
Oh, you
perfect.
have an agile mind. Just go
well,
for it.
on the question of intelligence analysis to support, you know, opportunities.
Yes.
I have a thought or two on that. I would say that I feel like I'd be carrying coals to Newcastle, sitting here and discussing that with Carmen Medina, but I guess I would say, and this is speculation on my part, but I sort of wonder if, in a cultural sense, the U.S. intelligence community might start at a disadvantage. That getting to the place where that is a normal, ingrained um, mental process of intelligence analysts that translates into, you know, normal intelligence products that actually are useful to people, that we may possibly be at a little bit of a disadvantage here, because the United States intelligence community, if you think about um, probably the two most seminal events in it, or that it underwent, um, were Pearl Harbor. I mean, we didn't have an intelligence community as such that at that time, but CIA and the community was invented in part to prevent another Pearl Harbor. And then, of course, 9/11. In other words, we are shaped in so much of our thinking and our organization by preventing surprise attack, preventing very bad things from happening, right? That's a fundamentally pessimistic, approach to the problem. And I wonder, and I don't know, but I wonder if intelligence communities in countries which are not shaped by the intelligence communities that are not shaped by such events in other countries, if perhaps they might be at a more advantageous starting point for thinking about such things.
Well,
Now,
you
there'd be many
remind
other
me,
factors in
yeah.
play, but
If I may interject here, you
yeah.
remind me of, I have a very good friend who is a Kiwi from New Zealand. He's been an
Mhm.
ambassador. He served as ambassador to Russia twice in the last 10 years. So a very competent guy. And one of the lessons he taught me is that the world looks very different when you're a small to medium power country. So the US for you, the world is like this problem, you're the hammer, there's all these nails, oh my God, I can't keep up. If you're like representing New Zealand, you can't operate that way. You don't have the freedom of movement,
Power. Yeah.
of maneuver that supposedly a country like the US has. And so they have to operate very differently, and they have to always think in terms of opportunity.
Well,
Yeah, that's a really great point. I hadn't thought of that in this context, but I think that makes a lot of sense to me, that in many ways, um, that might be the most useful, more of the time kind of thing that their intelligence communities can do, because the elephants are stomping around, and like there's nothing they can do to influence that. Well, little they
Yes,
can do
right.
to influence that. That's a
but
very
this
interesting thought.